Hi and welcome to this video where we are visiting the Isle of Iona, a small and serene island close to the Isle of Mull. It is a place of profound historical and spiritual significance. The only way to this beautiful island is via a ferry from the Isle of Mull, and I would allow a day to visit the island, if not longer, as there is more to the island than you might think. I didn't realise at the time and only allowed for an afternoon. Iona played a role in the religious and cultural history of the British Isles, serving as a beacon of early Christian heritage and a symbol of peace and pilgrimage for centuries. One of the most defining moments in Iona's history occurred in 563 AD when St. Columba, an Irish monk, arrived on its shores with 12 companions, seeking a place of solitude and contemplation. Columba founded a monastery on the island, which would become one of the most important centres of Christian learning and monastery activity in Western Europe during the early Middle Ages. The first ruin I came across is that of the Nunery, founded in 1203. The nunnery served as a religious centre for women until the Reformation in the 16th century. The site includes the remains of a church, cloister and domestic buildings. Despite centuries of exposure to the elements, much of the stonework still stands, offering visitors a glimpse into the spiritual lives once led here. The nunnery's peaceful setting and historical significance make it an important part of the Iona's rich religious heritage, complementing the nearby Iona Abbey, which served a male community. The nuns would dedicate their lives to religious service, prayer and community living. Daily life in the nunnery is structured and peaceful, centred around spiritual devotion and discipline. The day would typically begin with early morning prayers, followed by communal meals, study of religious texts, and time spent in silent reflection. Nuns also engaged in practical skills like gardening, teaching, nursing, depending on the order's mission. Life in the nunnery emphasises simplicity, humility and service. St. Oran's Chapel, built in the 12th century, and is dedicated to St. Oran, a companion of St. Columba. The chapel stands as one of Scotland's oldest and most sacred burial grounds. According to the legend, St. Oran was buried alive beneath the first chapel to sanctify the site, a story that adds a layer of mythic depth to the spiritual importance. The cultural significance of Iona is also evidenced in the island's roles as a burial place for Scottish kings. According to tradition, more than 40 kings of Scotland, as well as kings from Ireland, Norway and France, are buried on the island, adding to its mystique and importance of a sacred site. The association with royalty further cemented Iona's status as the spiritual heartland of Scotland. Upon landing on the island, St. Columba founded a monastic community that would become a beacon of early medieval Christianity and a centre of religious learning, manuscript production and missionary outreach. Possibly the oldest case of copyright and a pivotal moment in Columba's life was the Battle of Coldrama, or some call it the Battle of Books, which took place in 561 AD. The battle was the result of a dispute over a copied manuscript of the Psalms. Columba had borrowed a version of the Psalms from St. Finian of Moville, and had copied it, intending to keep the copy. Finian objected, arguing that the copy rightfully belonged to him. The dispute escalated and led to this battle, in which several men were killed. After the battle, Columba was held responsible for the deaths and was exiled, leaving his homeland of Ireland and sailing to Scotland with 12 companions. Arriving in Iona in 563 AD, Columba was granted land, where he built the now famous Iona Abbey. The exiled saint and his companions set about converting the Picts and the Scots to Christianity. Columba used his noble birth to gain audience with the Pictish king Brude, who was initially resistant to Christianity. Despite the initial resistance, Columba's charisma and determination won over the king, leading to a significant shift to accepting Christianity in Scotland. One of the most enduring legends associated with St. Columba is his encounter with the Loch Ness Monster. As the story goes, and there are a few different versions, that while Columba was visiting the Pictish courts, he came across a group of people burying a man near the River Ness. The man had been reportedly attacked by a water beast while swimming. Columba, upon hearing this, sent one of his followers to swim across the river. As the beast approached the swimmer, Columba made the sign of the cross and commanded the creature to go no further and touch the man not. The creature halted, as if it had been pulled back with ropes, and fled. Columba's followers returned to his companions unharmed. The monastery rapidly gained influence both spiritually and politically. Under Columba's leadership, Iona became the launch point of Christianity on larger parts of Scotland and northern England. The monks were also highly skilled scribes and artists. It is widely believed that the famed Books of Kells, which is an illustrated manuscript created around 800 AD, contained 4 Gospels of the New Testament written in Latin. It is renowned for its extraordinary artistry, designs and vibrant colours, representing one of the greatest masterpieces of medieval Christian art, believed to have been produced by monks here on the island, and later moved to Kells in Ireland to protect it from Viking raids. Throughout the 7th and 8th century, Iona remained a thriving religious centre, deeply respected by kings and nobles alike. However, beginning in 795 AD, the land was subjected to a series of brutal Viking raids, with major attacks recorded in 802, 806 and 825. These assaults brought destruction and death to the community, accumulating in a massacre of which 68 monks were killed. While the monastery endured, its influence waned. Many of its treasures and manuscripts were relocated to safer locations on the mainland in an island. Over time, the spiritual authority of Iona was partially transferred to other centres, but the island's symbolic importance endured. In the 12th century, during a period of reform, a Benedictine abbey and the nunnery were established on Iona, replacing the earlier Celtic Christian structure. This new abbey, supported by the Kingdom of the Isles and later Scottish monarchs, continued to serve as a sacred site and housed a community of monks until the Reformation in the 16th century, when it was dissolved and fell into disrepair. After centuries of neglect, the abbey was restored in the 20th century by the Iona Community, a Christian movement founded in 1938 by George MacLeod, a Church of Scotland's minister. His vision was to rebuild not only the physical ruins of the abbey, but also the spirit of shared faith, community, and social justice. Today, the Iona Community continues to work from the island and has become known internationally for its commitment to peace. Iona's influence extends beyond its religious history. The island's serene landscape, characterized by rolling green hills, white sandy beaches, and clear turquoise waters, have inspired countless poets, artists, and writers. Its tranquility and natural beauty make it a place of reflection and inspiration, where visitors can escape the hustle and bustle of modern life and immerse themselves in an island's peaceful ambience. The island's connection to nature is deeply felt, as it offers an opportunity to explore the raw beauty of Scotland's landscapes. The Isle of Iona is a place where history, spirituality, and a natural beauty converge. It's significant as a cradle of early Christian civilization in Scotland. Its role as a royal burial site and its enduring appeal as a piece of pilgrimage and reflection make it a unique and cherished destination. The island stands as a testament to the enduring power of faith, the beauty of nature, and the deep cultural heritage of Scotland, continuing to inspire and draw visitors to its shore for centuries. And that brings us to the end of our journey through the magical island of Iona. From its ancient abbey to the stunning natural beauty, this little island holds so much history and peace in every stone and shoreline. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe for more history adventures, and leave a comment below. And if you'd like to support the channel and get some extra perks, consider becoming a member. Thanks so much for watching, and until the next time, stay safe.